What is up, my friends? My name is Echo Thrumi, and today I'm here to do a comparison video on tanking or pushing with a giant deck versus pushing with a hog deck. I use both. I prefer one over the other, which I'll get into later. But before I show you both of these decks and both of these replays, I want to say thanks for coming down to the channel. As always, I appreciate you, so thanks for that, guys. Now, let's look at our first deck. The first deck has our giant as our push card. And basically, it's the trifecta minus the hog. I have the giant, the Valkyrie, the Inferno Tower, the Fireball, the Musketeer, Spear Goblins, Fire Spirits, and the Zap spell. That's going to be the first replay we look at, and this deck costs 3.5 Elixir. The second deck we're going to look at also is 3.5 Elixir, but we have the hog in place of the giant. So we have the hog, the Musketeer, the Valkyrie, which is our trifecta. I did a video on this deck because it does really well for me. If you want to take a look at that, you surely can. Spear Goblins, Zap Spell, Inferno Tower, Fireball instead of the Fire Spirits, and some minions with this deck. So let's go look at both of these replays. I have a victory from each, which are my two latest attacks. Let's go right in and see what this looks like. Now, both of these attacks are a level 8 versus a level 8, so it's on fair playing ground. And let's see, I'm on the bottom here, and I'm going to start off with a minion quick push on their right-hand tower, and then I'm going to have to use my Fire Spirits on those minion horde right there. Love the Fire Spirits on the minion horde. You get a huge elixir advantage doing that. 5 for the horde and 2 for the spirits, so that's definitely a cost-effective defense. So I drop my giant on the right-hand side, and they drop their Valkyrie. I'm going to throw the Musketeer behind to try and chip away, but then I change my mind. Actually, I don't change my mind. I get enough elixir so that I can get that Valkyrie in there as well to deal with those barbarians. Well-placed Fireball as I just dropped my Spear Goblins and they get taken out. So my Valkyrie is tanking, but all 3 Fire Spirits get into there in the tower. Fire Spirits, one of the best cards, I think, in the game at the low elixir cost. It really is good for offensive pushes and for defensive stands. So I again take out that minion horde, this time with a zap. And I drop my giant again on the right-hand trail. They have that Musketeer push coming, but this time the Ice Wizard. But I use a nice Fireball right there, which will take out quite a bit of their health. Musketeer is done, and the Ice Wizard is done. Now that Valkyrie is giving me a hard time, the Fire Spirit's going to go in and try and take out some of her health. I get a few good pushes in with that giant. 600 health, and they've barely touched my towers. I'm going to distract with the other Valkyrie. She's going to get 1 strike on me, and that's it. And then the Valkyrie is going to continue on to an offensive push along that right-hand side. They drop their minion horde, which is a good play. And I zap that horde so that my tower can take it out as they approach. 1 minute left, double elixir time, my friends. I drop that giant again. Behind the giant, I'm going to throw some Spear Goblins. I'm looking to Fireball the tower as well as... but they quickly got rid of those troops by dropping the rage and having them run out of there. But my tower should get rid of most of them. I throw the Valkyrie right in front to take some of that fire as well as to take out some of those troops. Fire Spirits are going to take out this incoming horde. And I throw my giant to distract the Ice Wizard so that he does not go after my tower. And then I turn that attack into an offensive push. Is my giant? Yes, I zap those guys. I get 1 throw, 1 punch from the giant, and I was waiting for 1 more spear from those goblins, but it did not happen. I'm going to drop the Valkyrie right here to get right in between those 2 troops. My tower could take out one of the troops as my Valkyrie could beat up on the other. And here comes the Fireball for the final win in the last second, or you could say in the first second of overtime. I accidentally dropped the good luck instead of the good game. The good game did come after, though. So that is how I play my giant deck, where I'm pushing with the giant. And now, guys, we're going to take a look at how I play my hog deck. Now, like I said, 1 tower wins on both of these versus similar or actually exactly the same level as myself. So, you know, good matchups to take a look at this. Now, here, my hog is not in my initial starting hand. This is actually not the best hand for me to start with. if I were to, I would either drop my minions up the right-hand side to try and get them to get up there quickly, or, as I'm going to probably do right here, the Valkyrie to try and waste some elixir. Now, I hate dealing with witches. It doesn't matter when, I just don't like dealing with those witches. It looks like I'm going to use the Inferno Tower, and then some... Oh, well, that didn't work out well for me right there. Now, look at this push they have on my tower. This is a bad start. Not good. I have my minions beating up on that giant, so he's not going to get too much on my tower. I zap their minions incoming from the right, so it doesn't touch my tower at all. And they get off about 400 hit points from me. Now, we're pretty even. We have the same amount taken off of each of our towers. I dropped my Hog, just thinking that he's low on elixir, since he just dropped his wizard, and I can get a few strikes off. And that is exactly what happens. Look at my Hog, untouched. I got like 5 or 6 strikes on that right-hand tower just because my opponent was out of elixir. Poor elixir management by them. I'm going to drop my Valkyrie right here, right over to the side to try and distract as well as take out those barbarians. Then I got the spear goblins picking away as well. And I should zap right here, and that bomber gets no bombs on my right-hand tower. So I have their right-hand tower down to 500 hit points, and they have me just under 2,000. So I am in good shape right now. I could sit back and play a little bit of defense, and then just work on maybe one more push towards the right-hand side, and I should be all right. Nice fireball right here as they take out my musketeer. I get in hot water sometimes when I play my musketeer or my witch if I have a witch deck from behind the that tower on the right, just because fireball takes out some tower damage, some tower health, as well as the health of my troop. Perfectly done. Spear Goblin gets 1 arrow on that wizard, which then takes him out. Okay, I drop my Hog, and this is going to take down this tower, or at least he should. 1 strike. Will he get 2? He gets 2. 47 seconds, and now it's a defensive game, my friends. The Valkyrie's going to go in to take out these barbarians, as well as all the skellies coming out of there. And then my Inferno Tower is being used to really combat that giant. Zapped the witch, so she's no longer an issue. The Inferno Tower is still there with good health. I'm in good shape with 30 seconds left in this round. I got my musketeer dropped back so that she could play defense. And they take out the tower, but I have another one waiting with plenty of elixir to play it. They do not have enough time to get anything up there to play against me. And we're just going to let the time run out. Valkyrie's going to jump in there with the Inferno behind, and I am in good shape. This round is going to be over, and I'm going to take down the win. And there we go, my friends. So let's look at these decks one more time. There we go. I got good game right that time. All right, so if we go back to our decks, we can talk about quickly the benefit of the giant versus the benefit of the Hog. Obviously, when you're using the giant, guys, it gives you more time. He's got a lot more hit points. And you could throw troops behind, such as the musketeer or the spear goblins or your fire spirits, and they can kind of, behind that meat shield, they can try and pick away at the tower or whatever troops are in front. Now, the problem with this deck is it's very slow. The giant is a slow-moving card. And, you know, if you're not patient or if you don't know how to play your cards correctly, you can be in trouble or really just not know how to use it effectively. Now, the Hog deck, you don't have that meat shield anymore, but you have the swiftness of the Hog. Now, he's a very fast card, so if you need to get a troop up there for a quick hit or two, even if you don't have another supporting troop to go with him, you could most of the time get that done. Now, with the Giant, you obviously have to wait the time that it takes to get that card or the supporting troops behind up towards the tower. So if you like playing faster decks where you can get a few strikes in the tower and do multiple pushes, maybe the Hog deck is better for you. If you're into the slow battle where you build up your troops and they all go attacking the tower at the same time, then you're looking at something more like the Giant deck. Now, I do better with the Hog. I get more wins with the Hog, and then sometimes I get bored of using the same strategy, so I'll switch over to something like this, and then, you know, I usually go down in trophies a bit because I'm not as good with a deck like this, but it's sometimes, you know, nice to mix things up. So, okay, my friends, I'm sorry about that notification that just came through, but hey, that kind of stuff happens sometimes. But, guys, as you know, I put out content every single day, Clash of Clans, Clash Royale. Hopefully this one taught you something or gave you some ideas of how you should be playing your Hog or your Giant deck. Until later on today with my next episode, or tomorrow, I hope you subscribe, I hope you throw it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you back here again. My friends, Be good.